everyone. It's Jason. I'm gonna change things up a little bit, back from more Dark Souls, but I am actually going to slow things down a bit and just play through the game. So I've got my character all ready to go here, so I figured I'd try to just kind of go through and just kind of show all the story and everything, because I know some people who are interested in the game, they don't necessarily know a whole lot about it. So you know what, we'll change things up a little bit. I've got my time down pretty good. I was really excited last week, just did it all at once. Took about 3.5 hours, which was awesome. Yeah, I figured we'll just kind of go through more of the game and just kind of have some fun. So we'll start with a knight here. Basically, I'm wanting to go for a Claymore. I'm like, you know what, I can start with this armor set, which I'm probably going to go with later anyway, at least for quite a while. And we'll go from there and say, like I say, it's a good start. I just have to bump strength up a little bit. I should be able to get the Claymore before too long. And we'll go with that. Just got to get strength up high for it, so we'll get started.
In the age of ancients, the world was unformed, shrouded by fog. A land of grey crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons. But then there was fire, and with fire came disparity. Heat and cold, life and death, and of course, light and dark. Then from the dark they came and found the souls of lords within the flame. Nito, the first of the dead. The Witch of Izalith and her daughters of Chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights. And the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten. With the strength of lords, they challenged the dragons. Gwyn's mighty bolts peeled apart their stone scales. The witches weaved great firestorms. Nito unleashed a miasma of death and disease. And Seath the Scaleless betrayed his own, and the dragons were no more. Thus began the Age of Fire. But soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain. Even now, there are only embers. And man sees not light, but only endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark side. Yes, indeed. The dark sign brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world. This is your fate.
From Software definitely likes you being stuck somewhere. Basically, someone comes and saves you by giving what you need to get out. Sekiro does the same thing after your character gets, his arm cut off. See this guy? You just look over. He's a boss when you come back here later. Purpose isn't to die and teach you how combat works. Probably not going to go super light on this one. Definitely don't want the fat rolling. Basically, Gargoyles works like your equipment load. You've got your maximum amount, and if you're at under 25%, you're as fast as you can go. Under 50%. A little slower, and then if you're over 75%, you go really slow. Like slower than it should probably be physically possible to roll. Get rid of that, even though inventory management is probably not going to be as great in this run, because I'll probably pick up all kinds of more stuff. And go through a lot more content.
Oh, you. You're no hollow.
A nice man, you saved
Thank
us, Oscar.
goodness. I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon, then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something of you. You and I, we're both undead. Hear me out, will you? Regrettably, I have failed in my mission. But perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family. Thou who art undead art chosen, and thine exodus from the undead asylum maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringeth the bell of awakening, the fate of the undead thou shalt know. Well, now you know, and I can die with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this. An Estus flask, an undead favorite. Oh, and this. Now I must bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after death. So go now, and thank you.
just in case. Shortcut. Not gonna lie, I kind of carried that on a complete accident, but I'll take it. Actually, now that I got the shield, I probably take less stuff. There we go. Yeah, I don't use a broadsword much until the knights start doing very sweepy. Okay. Is that better? I don't know if the music can be really, I don't know if it's specifically, I know the music can be really loud, I don't know if it's that or it's everything, but I turned everything down a bit. Okay.
Only in the ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall be chosen. To leave the undead asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords. Lordran.
Yeah, I know, right? You have to clean your armor when you get Firelink Shrine. That would be terrifying.
Well, what do we have here? You must be a new arrival. Let me guess, fate of the undead, right? Well, you're not the first, but there's no salvation here. You'd have done better to rot in the undead asylum. But too late now. Well, since you're here, let me help you out. There are, actually, 2 bells of awakening. One's up above in the undead church. The other is far, far below, in the ruins at the base of Blight Town. Ring them both, and something happens. Brilliant, right? Not
Yeah,
much
it's
to
pretty
go
crispy.
but I have a feeling that won't stop you. So, off you go. It is why you came, isn't it? To this accursed land of the undead? Ah, your face. You're practically hollow. But who knows? Going hollow could solve quite a bit.
My favorite things about
what?
Dark Souls and games is the
Restoring your
weird laughs
humanity?
everyone has.
Well, there are a few ways to go about it.
His is
Collect
decently
it
normal.
bit by bit from corpses. Or you can butter up a cleric and get yourself summoned. And the quickest way, although I'd never do it, is to kill a healthy undead and pillage its
Of course, you never
humanity.
do it. You never do
Coveting
anything.
thy neighbor is only human, after all. What are you looking at? Don't try anything clever. You might regret it. What? You want to hear more? Oh, that's all we need. Another inquisitive soul. Well, listen carefully then. One of the bells is up above in the undead church, but the lift is broken. You'll have to climb the stairs up the ruins and access the undead burg through the waterway. The other bell is back down below the undead burg, within the plague-infested Blight Town. But I'd die again before I step foot in that cesspool. Bloody hell, what is it now? You ask too many questions.
Apparently that's all he's got. It's always fun to bother people until they got nothing else to say. Yeah, he basically guides you, besides, you know, just the obvious paths you have, which, you know, the fun thing about this one is there's one path that's very obviously not the path forward.
Hello there. I
All
am
the skeletons.
Petrus of Thurland. If not, I prefer to keep a distance, if possible. Hello there. I realize that I have requested that we retain our distance, but I also want you to know that it is not meant in ill will. Here, take this, as a token of... No, go ahead. Oh my, you again. Oh, I know. How about this? I have to await my companions here anyway. So what if I were to teach you some miracles? Would that please you? Very well.
Why not? I might use
Then
some later
first, a covenant with the gods.
for funsies.
Now,
Oh,
let
guess it's
only
right that way.
their ultimate effectiveness will be determined by your efforts and your faith. Come again.
Go around and gather all the goodies, level up, and move on. There's an item down there, it's a shield, but I won't be using it, so I'll just leave it. Yeah, because like if you decide, you know, you got two paths pretty much, you try to go down into the cemetery, you quickly find out that those guys just keep respawning. Although there's some good, it can be worth a run through there because there's some good stuff over there. Oh, someone coming to you. There we go. Got that soul item up here. Let's go get it. So we'll use it. Just jump right past it. Get the jump. Yeah. Can always come in handy. That's a ring you can put on that. Oh, hello. Fire bombs too. It's a lot easier than taking them out down there than up here for sure, but it's not too bad. Just gotta, well, like, now that I got the timing of that dodging through that firebomb, then not actually take any damage. Bye. Careful doing stuff like that. A lot of times I hit and then like I don't realize they're following, I hit again and then I fall off too. Tricky little rat. Usually, oh come on now. Dang. Usually they turns around to the humanity item first. Well, let's go back and get rid of this poison. Oh shit. Hello. He didn't die, he just fell down. I thought he fell all the way, but he just fell in the corner. Yeah, his body fell all the way down. I guess I was paying attention and what I've noticed I didn't get the souls from it. That's alright. Alright, we got our 16 strength, so now we can just start focusing on endurance. Maybe eventually get ourselves running faster. Or at least equip the rest of our stuff. And yes, everyone's back. Got fun. Oh, you can just jump off, that'd be fine. Every once in a while I can drop something okay, but usually it's just crappy armor. There's actually a little area down here with some... I mean, that's the little joke item, the rubbish, and there's some people hanging there you can fight, but there's really not much else down there, so you can just jump across here. It's a tricky little jump because of the way little invisible walls are, but you can jump over to there. Actually, there's another item over there. We'll go get that. I think that one's the soul item, maybe. Ugh, you just gotta get the jump. There we go. Yeah, I just gotta get the right angle on it. Humanity, that's right. Oh, and that guy. Forgot about that guy. Oh no, I can hit. He can hit me, but I can't hit him. That's not fair. Oh well. Oh, yeah, he's gonna follow us. Let's just take care of him. Yeah, it's an easy way to handle this fight. You can lure them all back here, not have to worry about that guy shooting down at us. Or if you've been watching and you've seen before, you can also just run past everything. I don't have to go in here. If you go through here, if you start with as a class with a weaker shield, you get a wooden shield in there that does like 95% block. And these guys I hate because I was trying to make sure I fight them one at a time, but they keep their distance. Like they'll walk so close. And, well, I'm gonna make me lie, aren't they? Normally they just kind of keep backing up and staying at a distance like that. They like never let their shield down. Unless you kind of attack them, they usually will attack back. So most weapons you get a kick with forward and R1 if you can do it right. And then you can knock their shields back. It's the fastest way to deal with them. Or if you circle around them long enough, you can get a backstab, but they spin really quick with you. I almost decided to go with a different weapon. If I did, I was killing this guy for his sword.
Well now, you seem to have your wits about you, hmm? Then you are a welcome customer. I trade for souls. Everything's for sale.
I think it's my favorite weird laugh in Dark Souls.
Things are getting treacherous in these parts. A horrible goat demon has moved in below. And up above, there's that humongous drake and a bull demon too. If you stick around this place, it might end up being your grave. Here, I'm not here to chit-chat. We talk business, or we...
Yeah, I'll save the money. I don't really need that.
Thank you kindly.
Love it. You don't have to kill those guys, but I do recommend it because he can follow you over here. See, he gave me a longsword. I really like the longsword. Just because of this. Ah. Probably just went on the offensive there. Got rid of the before he threw a firebomb. I do sometimes find it annoying with the ragdoll physics, but it is fun when you roll and flung that guy off the side of the building. I will admit that it has some very comedic moments. I just hate when they get stuck on your foot and won't get off. Oh shit, forgot about him. See, that's what I was talking about. He's like, I'm just gonna stay right here. Kind of slowly back up to get him to keep walking. Yeah, and there's like, there are other areas where you can get yourself into trouble down here too. So you come down here, there's a knight. You can sneak up and backstab him, but you're not going to kill him with it. And then you're fighting like a enemy that's for way later in the game. Can be done, it just takes a bit. Oh, another jump. I almost fucked that up. Yeah, I know. You talk about how like the undead love it, but it's like, does it just taste good to undead? I don't know. Here's another thing I never do in my, especially my speed runs, because I don't really need to. But there's these two guys up here try to shoot at you as you're fighting the Taurus demon. But it's good. Well, it's this one. It teaches you about, well, there are other fights where, you know, there's something you have to deal with while you're fighting the thing if you don't go take care of it. But then it also brings you up there because it also teaches you about like the plunging attacks, which do a lot of damage, and it's a great way to deal with these bosses when you don't know much about them. Because you can either fight them down here like that, or you run back and go up here. I think there's a message up there about it. Just lure him back, and you can keep doing this over and over again through the fight. But you gotta kind of lead him away and get back, but just jump down. Huge damage. Stuck in me there for a second. Oh, no, not going that way yet. I'm gonna meet everyone's favorite. Oh, there's a dragon.
Ah, hello. You don't look hollow, far from it. I am Solaire of Astora, an adherent of the Lord of Sunlight. Now that I am undead, I have come to this great land, the birthplace of Lord Gwyn, to seek my very own son. You find that strange? Well, you should. No need to hide your reaction. I get that look all the time. Oh, aha. So I didn't scare you. I have a proposition, if you have a moment. The way I see it, our fates appear to be intertwined. In a land brimming with hollows, could that really be mere chance? So what do you say? Why not help one another on this lonely journey? This pleases me greatly. Well then, take this. We are amidst strange beings in a strange land. The flow of time itself is convoluted, with heroes centuries old phasing in and out. The very fabric wavers, and relations shift and obscure. There's no telling how much longer your world and mine will remain in contact. But use this to summon one another as spirits, cross the gaps between the worlds, and engage in jolly cooperation. Of course, we are not the only ones engaged in this, but I am a warrior of the sun. Spot my summon signature easily by its brilliant aura. If you miss it, you must be blind. Oh, hello there. I will stay behind to gaze at the sun. The sun is a wondrous body, like a magnificent father. If only I could be so grossly incandescent.
Yeah, there was a lot of speculation. One of the big theories about, because there's a big mystery in this game about, they talk about an exiled son of Lord Gwyn, and a lot of people use some of that dialogue to theorize that like Solaire is Gwyn's son, but I don't think like that overall. I can't remember exactly how it all works out. I think maybe later games seem to not have that be the case. Nice little shortcut right back to where we were. It's actually a really good farming spot that people like to use. You know, we're gonna go buy a repair box. And we'll level up as much as we can. But basically, the Hellkite Dragon being up there, you can get it to, you know, every time you go up, basically it comes and breathes fire. So you just run up, run back down, and like you get almost 600 souls every run. Yep, so there gives you those soapstones. You can put your thing down to call. They have other people call you in for help, which is a really good way to get used to like the bosses and stuff. A lot of times I'll do that whenever, like, you know, like whenever Dark Souls 2 or Dark Souls 3 come out. I just get to the boss area and just get summoned in. So there's generally no downside. Well, until later games, they made it so like you didn't keep all your. In this one, like, it doesn't take any of your stuff. Like if you use like a, well, later ones you can use healing items and stuff, but it doesn't give them back to you whenever you go back to your
still think never
your
heard
own world, or like it bumps you back to, like, instead of keeping at the fog gate, if you die, like it bumps you back to the last bonfire you're at, which is kind of frustrating. Especially because when you get summoned in, you kind of want to be a little more reckless to kind of help the person stay alive a bit. But it's also nice because you can summon in NPCs as well. Like Solaire is one of them. There are other ones throughout the world you can summon in to help you with boss fights.
Ah.
And Solaire is generally very helpful, especially on Gargoyles, which, you know, if you're new to the game, it's kind of tricky to deal with two things at once. And actually, if you go buy a bow and arrow from that merchant, there's another thing a lot of people do. It's one of the things people recommend to beginners. You can, well, I'll show you here in a sec. This is like what you do for the farm. You run up, kills everything on the bridge, 555 souls, and you can just run back to the bonfire and do it over and over again. The dragon's tail hangs off over here. If you get a bow, you can shoot it, and if you shoot it with enough, like I think it's like, I don't know, like 30 or at least 30 times, it'll fall off and becomes like a weapon. It's called the Drake Sword. It's really powerful early on, but like if it degrades down to 0 and you can't repair it. But it's really powerful, so it's a nice starter weapon. Cheese him a bit because I'm going to try to get my weapon that I'm going to use. The Claymore is on this bridge. Oh, it just came down anyway. Sorry, here it is. I saw a guide about how to like take him out early. And while I can never get it to work, they recommend standing against the wall over there, throw daggers. You can get him to come down instead of just continuously breathing fire. But I can never get enough damage on him to like make it worthwhile. But you can skip some stuff by just running past. There's a bonfire back there, and actually the area where you get the covenant the Solaire belongs to, which is all geared around multiplayer. And you get the Praise the Sun emote, which is awesome. So I think I might actually run down that way. After I, of course, equip my new weapon. Claymore. Much like the longsword, I like because of this. Problem about throwing daggers in here is it's not really easy to aim. You just have to rotate your camera. Oops. Forgetting where the thing was for the sunlight coming. I thought it was a statue. Or in here, but yeah, this stairs to go up to another one of those another Black Knight. Just a little area I skipped. It's basically just shit. Poison again, of course. It's just under the under the bridge. These rats can be a real pain in the butt. Oops. Well, using all my items. Yeah, instead of going up to the top, you can go down under the bridge, and that's just kind of where this leads. Just that little part we just skipped. The rats can be very overwhelming. And they can poison you. Well, those boars, the first one you encounter, instead of in Thieves' Archives, or get them later. Oh, come on. It's alright, if I got this thing all covered in lightning, I might as well make some use out of it while I can. Ah, yeah. If you're fast, you can run through that gate. It's kind of another little shortcut. Until I get this thing upgraded, I might just need to switch to the longsword until I get some more stamina. Just not running out of stamina before they're dead, and that's not as good, so stick with this for now. These items here, the alluring skulls, actually a really good use of placing items in really smart areas, because if you look at the descriptions, yeah, throw to shattered and spread souls to attract certain types of enemies. Souls are concentration of life, and the life-starved hollows are lured by its power. Doesn't work on everything, but it works on these boars. If you hit the throw right, you can throw it on that fire, and you can kill it without even fighting it. I probably won't get it. We'll give it a shot. There we go. Oh, come on. There you go. Let him in the fire. Oh, no, he got mad and tried to attack me or something. Okay. It's actually not hard to kill him from down there either, because he doesn't can't get all the way under that underhang, so that you can just kind of stay there and get attacks as you can. He'll kind of walk back and forth. Okay. I feel like doing it today. That's okay, I'll show you the other way. Come on, buddy. Yeah, I'm only doing 8 damage at a time, so I won't let him go, because I'm not even going to probably wear the helmet if I get it, but... Also not just not a bad idea just to throw one, and once he's distracted, you don't have to worry about him trying to kill you when you come down here. So are we forward? Yeah, this guy running back trying to bait and then coming in and getting attacked by a lot of little guys. This is generally something to avoid. Although I will say there's a part coming up where you gotta deal with a lot of them regardless, so that can be nice to try to get used to if you can. Mystery key. Maybe we'll do some fun platforming as an item out here. this run from here, the next to the bonfire, the Undead Parish. It's quite a lot going on with it. It's probably one of the things that keeps me from trying a lot of things that like keep me from doing other builds like without like big shields is like this, because you can deal with these guys and all kinds of stuff. You gotta be careful with these guys when they point their sword like that. You don't want to attack because they will parry it. Those guys are always nice because once they get down a certain amount of health, they'll always try to heal. You can always just attack them then. This area can be tricky out here, so I would recommend just coming out because one of the shield guys is there, the spear, and then they got this guy. He's a lot faster, so you can lure him back. That's something you want to be careful for when you block, because there's a lot of these knights have like attacks where they'll bash you through shield and it really hits your stamina. Come down here, get this stupid jerk to close the gate. Get the basement key, which you'll need for later, and you can open this back up. You want to run back. Be careful getting too close to that door. There's a... If that guy sees you down there, he'll come running. Yeah. I recommend avoiding that for now. You can avoid coming down here altogether for now. It's easier to come back because there's a bonfire ahead. And we know this place. Okay, I'll start shooting at you from a distance. So if you're really careful and take the side here, you can take this guy over here. Not have to worry about it. Yeah, but that's just why shields can be so handy in this game. Just get one that blocks 100% physical and just a much safer way to go through the game until you kind of get used to everything.
Well, you must be a new arrival. I'm Andre of Astora. If you require smithing, then speak to me.
He's our very good friend for a long time because he helped us repair things. He's got a lot more
Most
weapons
weapons and armor
and upgrade
are
all our
mighty
stuff.
sturdy indeed, but every hunk of metal has its breaking point. If you notice durability running low, it's time to repair. You can ask a blacksmith like myself, or do it on your own with a grindstone. The nice thing about weapons, they never betray you, so pay them a little respect, eh? There are two types of weapon forging. There's reinforcement and there's ascension. Reinforcement is simple. It strengthens the weapon and nothing more. A simple task for any blacksmith. Hell, you could even do it yourself with a smith box. But ascension's a finer art. It alters a weapon's properties. Ascension is the territory of we blacksmiths. A smith box just won't do the trick. Start out with reinforcement. When that loses its charm, you can consider ascension. As you've noticed, this land is flush with the mad and wicked. You won't make it through the night without employing my services. You're forging armor, whether you forge weapons or armor, but nobody wants, so whatever you do.
Go ahead and grab a couple. So I'll go ahead and pump it up a couple times.
Don't get your knife.
And now with that, it should be a more useful weapon now. Alright, we'll go explore a little bit, and then maybe we'll level up. Actually, before we do anything else, we're going to go down and see my other, besides Slayer, probably my other favorite character. It's a really silly quest line that gets very tragic later. But then again, most of them do.
Oh, forgive me. I was absorbed in thought. I am Siegmeyer of Katarina. Quite honestly, I've run flat up against a wall. Or a gate, I should say. The thing just won't budge. No matter how long I wait. And oh, have I waited. So here I sit, in quite a pickle, weighing my options, so to speak. Still closed. Still closed.
It's just so silly. It's like, well, this won't open. I'm there to sit here until it does. I love Siegmeyer. I love that running attack. That's a Titanite shard. And I say, you run out of here enough, you can gather some of the quite a few Titanite shards. It's also a sword that those knights can drop. It's a very low drop chance, but if you want to grind it, it's called the Balder Side Sword. It's really good. If you want something kind of like a regular kind of same size as like the long sword, but it's got a little more reach, and it's yeah, it's a pretty good moveset. I like it a lot. Drop. Steel armor. Titanite shard. And of course you get that nice bonfire, and there's another one back to Firelink, which is awesome. Yeah, I'd say, that's the other side from where that, you can go down the stairs at the gate. You can go this way and find, you know, probably get a backstab, but you watch out, there's a channel up there, will start shooting at you. And about this point, you start walking, you can get a backstab on this guy. Because I've played this game a lot, I'm still not great at fighting these guys. I recently was trying to do parries on them, and it's hard to get some of the attacks down. Yeah, oh, there's also another weapon over here. I've never really used it, but it's a halberd. It's got a really long reach and a really cool, like, thrust attack. This part's a little tricky because you can see there's a guy that ran at us, so you can see that guy, but there's another guy off the side. You just go in a little bit and run back. And you wait. There's no one of these guys. You can also run around these guys and backstab them too. Just have to wait for an attack or just keep circling around. They do track you very well. See, you can do that, but like just running around them. Yeah, so it's easier just to wait for an attack. I guess they're not as hard to get a backstab. Just circle around to get a backstab as much as the ones with the rapiers are. Stop for a second. I could have swore I heard two different sets of footsteps. Ooh, that's a really fun thing that can happen in the game. You see that your Estus flask count goes up if someone kindles a bonfire when you're in the area, same area as them. It puts an extra Estus flask in your inventory, which is really handy. Let's repay the favor and do that to get back again here. We've got one humanity, we'll use another. And then we'll go to the Gargoyles and see about summoning Solaire. Oh. I was gonna do just what I was talking about, and I didn't. Turn back to our glorious human self. And kindle. Get you 5 extra Estus flasks. And say later in the game, there's a thing you get where you can do it up to 20. You get it 2 more times, you get 20. Which in the right areas can be very handy. Oh, do that. because that's the thing that helps out a lot if you start using the bigger weapons. Is learning how to anticipate the attacks, because I've done really big weapon builds before using a lot of armor. It's not too bad if you can take more hits, but like you can kind of attack or get the timing down so you can hit them like before they're kind of hitting you. You can avoid a little bit of the extra damage, save you some healing in the long run. Since everything's slower, it's like you know, you try to, especially with the lighter stuff, you can hit them before they get you to avoid getting like stun locked or anything like that. Go ahead and use the fire cure for soul, and then we'll see about the gargoyles. So now I can use it 10 times and it heals more. Nice thing about fighting stuff on stairs, sometimes they just stab right over your head. If I'm not just running through here, you try to be safe. Like, sometimes you can get them. If you get too close, everything will start running after you. But you can get them to just come after you. Take him out before you have to deal with anything else. Or you can get everything else to swarm in here and then have him stay there shooting at you. But there he comes. Just want to be careful for that melee attack he does, because it's pretty damaging. Oh, hello. You floated there for a second. Alright, everyone else will come, but he's already dead, so we don't have to worry about all the magic. There are a lot of these guys. Oops. Let's not die. I'm dragging him along. Come on. Come on, take a drink. Rapier. It's a fun weapon. It's a little boring as far as the boost set, because you're mostly just stabbing straight ahead. But it's not bad. On the right character, I'll use it. Well, so every once in a while, come across things in barrels. You can attack them to let things out. And it doesn't really matter if they're dead, but it's always a good strategy to roll through them. Because there's some parts in these games where it's a person who's alive. And you attack them, and they're hostile.
Oh, still human, are you? Then I am in luck. Could you help me? As you can see, I am stuck without recourse.
Mystery key.
Thank you. Yes, sincerely. I am Knight Lautrec of Karim. I truly appreciate this. And I guarantee a reward. Only later.
So ominous. You'll recognize him as the guy I'm always picking off
sorry. Your
Firelink
reward will
Shrine.
have to wait. I've just been freed. Allow me some.
He gets out whether or not you let him out or not, because obviously he makes it to Firelink Shrine. But like, he gets give you an item later. It's not particularly useful, but just a little something. Alright, that all that's left is the Gargoyles. And we didn't die, so we're human, so we can bring Solaire with us. Here's a summon sign. Praise the sun, Solaire. Like I said, this will be even easier than it normally is. It's crazy to think that normally I'm like halfway through the game right now. Got it, Solaire. But yeah, just having him here is so helpful when the other one comes, because you just kind of divide and conquer, which makes it so much easier. And you get sunlight medals if like you bring him, or if you're in that covenant, and you help like someone win a fight. And like later games, they have like a lot of covenants have like items that are tied to them, and you can like kind of increase your level or get special items if you have a certain number of them. See Sin's Fortress there.
Greetings. I am Oswald of Carim, the partner. Thou art a friend. For thee, a warm welcome. Cometh thou to confess, or to accuse? For indeed all sin is my domain.
It's like one of the weirdest things, like there's no one there, and you go up, you ring the bell, and you come down, all of a sudden there's a weird dude sitting there.
Thou art welcome any time. It is only human to commit a sin.
His laugh, man, it's just maniacal. His purpose basically is, well, there's an item you can get, because basically there's an item, one of the things about multiplayer is, yeah, you can help people, you can use cracked red eye orbs to invade other people. And if you get an item from him, it's like this little book. You can basically, if you get invaded, you can report players, and I guess it puts them on this little list or whatever, and they incorporate this in. Or if you know you fight NPCs or kill NPCs, you'll get sin, and if you don't go pay like a certain amount of souls to get rid of it, they'll basically remain like hostile. And there are definitely people in this game who will go to areas and try to get you to make someone hostile. There's a spot after you go run, in that spot where you run across Anor Londo, up on the top where like the knights with the bow and arrows are. The next bonfire after that has Solaire, and like people can invade and they'll sit and try to get you to accidentally attack Solaire. To do just that. Very uncool, but if you're trying to be a troll, that's a hell of a troll. That guy's using the club. Club's a really fun weapon. It's a very low stat requirements, and like it's got a really good jumping attack. You two-hand it.
Well, you need it.
I know people like it for solo one runs.
Don't get yourself
A few more shards and we'll have enough to have this thing +5, which will be maxed until we get an Ember. You get these Ember items that allow you to kind of reach the next tier. Basically they're all in 5s, like for the regular upgrade path you go to 5, then you ascend it to level 6, then you upgrade to 10, and then you ascend it to past that. Or like you get into certain levels, you can make them into different like elemental paths, which I'm probably going to go with the lightning sword later. So I'll probably mostly focusing on my endurance and vitality for a bit, because when you bump things with lightning, all of the stat scaling goes away. I mean, the Claymore on its own, even +4 so far, is, you know, a C in Dex and Strength. So it's like, it's called a quality weapon, so you can kind of bump both of them to get some stat. But you don't necessarily need to, because your benefit is not going to be super huge without a lot of point investment. But yeah, got the Gargoyles. I think I'm going to call that for today. Let's do an hour and a half here. And yeah, we'll pick up next week and we'll continue on and either explore some of the Darkroot Garden or just continue down to Lower Endedburg and make our way to the Capper Demon. Then after that, we get another shortcut back to Firelink Shrine. It's kind of cool to see how everything kind of works back and around and on each other. One of the most popular things about these games is definitely this game especially is the level design, the whole world design, and how everything interconnects. So, but yeah, that was a little more of a lower key, just running through the game, kind of seeing what everything's about. For anyone, especially for anyone who doesn't know the game or at all or as well. So, if you like it, awesome. Let me know. Like I say, I will continue on. If not, just take a little break because I don't want everyone to get burnt out on watching me do the same thing every week for rushing through it. Especially now that like the times are only going to get so much shorter. But that's going to be it for today. Thanks for watching. See you next time.